ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Collegiate Star League, brought to you by Twitch and Asus. If life has led you down a path that has made you come today to this stream, and life has treated you well, we are ready to go into our round of 4 for our Collegiate CSGO playoffs. The top 4 titans of Collegiate CSGO are going to duke it out for a shot at a spot at DreamHack Austin for our finals. And these matches are going to be freaking amazing. Poly de Montreal, the boogeyman from Canada, scary stories when it comes to them. They're undefeated, they're monsters. But they're going to be facing another undefeated team in Ohio State, 14-0 as well, and perfect in the playoffs. A bit of an unknown, but we're slowly finding out that they're one of the strongest in the CSL. In our second match later this evening, starting around 6 p.m. Pacific, we're going to have USC versus San Jose State. A battle of bragging rights, a battle of rematches, a battle of everything that the West Coast is about. Now, before we head into those matches, I do want to give a big shout out to Asus for sponsoring the CSL, as well as Twitch. Awesome prep rolls from Asus, computer gear, parts, and everything. And as well as also, if you guys have been following our video contest, it's in the final days, so head over to youtube.com/CStarLeague. Check out some of the hilarious creative videos that our CSL students have created. Give them some love and give them a chance to win an awesome laptop from Asus, as well as a couple monitors for our runners-up. Now, as well, if you haven't noticed, we are sponsored by Twitch, streaming provider, know it all. Come on, you guys better know it by now. We are going to be we're actually going to be offering 3 internships for computer science, computer engineering majors that are typically, preferably sophomore, juniors. So if you guys see that graphic come up right there, check it out. Head over to cstarleague.com/Twitch or type an exclamation Twitch in chat for more information regarding that wonderful opportunity. But guys, I think it's time for games. Our casters today are going to be Jay Zilk and What's Wrong. Take it over, boys. Let's have some fun.
Hey, thanks, Danielle. Welcome, guys. These are the final 2 matches, the qualifying semifinals for DreamHack. The winners of these matches tonight will be playing in the LAN finals at DreamHack Austin very shortly, only a month and a half out. So these are the games that pretty much these teams have been practicing the last 5-6 months, playing in these leagues, working through the group stages. And these are the ones that really matter. Like, everything comes down to this, and I think this could actually lead to a lot of like really close games just due to that pressure that people are going to put on themselves. Like, they know they really want that spot, and therefore we might see some misplays and people playing a little more passive, a little more scared than normal. But honestly, I don't see that coming out of Poly. This is a team that is confident, and they deserve to be. They are one of the most calculated teams in CSL. They probably have some of the best like coordinated flashes, and not even their executes. Their executes are great, but it's their CT sides that are scary. It's really hard to break a site with them. Even if they're down a man or 2, they'll still end up retaking and winning, even 10, 11 round CT sides. So Poly, definitely a team that I wouldn't be surprised will end up just starting CT side, but it's actually going to be OSU that wins it. So it's hard to say whether they're going to want to start CT yet. And I think they're just taking it from Poly. They want to try and get as many of those rounds as possible and force Poly to have a perfect CT side at the round swap.
Yeah, Poly coming into the playoffs, they were kind of the dark horse. People didn't really know how good these guys were, but then once playoffs came along and we saw them in action, I mean, they were demolishing teams left and right. Ohio State, not slouches themselves, obviously beating some formidable teams along the way as well. And like you said, there's everything on the line for these guys. And here we're going to see pistol round start off, and it looks like a 3-man stack towards the B side with Bonkers playing in heaven for the fast rotate. But Poly,
that information.
Yeah, Poly, they're going to
gathered so much. Yeah, he spotted at least one crossing over to Park. They should be able to start to hear this. The T's are not slowing this aggression down at all, so this should allow at least 2 or 3 CTs to rotate towards the A site, but it looks like they want to go for a fake. This was completely calculated. They're just going to run down connector, hope that the CTs do over-rotate, and they're getting exactly what they wanted. Noah, he's a little bit more wary. Now he's going to hear them pushing water, so he's calling that it's actually a B fake. He's going for the 1-taps, can't find anything, and that's going to be huge right now for Poly.
Yeah, now a 5v5 retake situation on a pistol round. Again, not very common, but Poly obviously did a really good job playing the fake. And now G4 Shooter, he gets the first kill onto Lifu. It's a 5v4. But Poly, they are playing their after plans perfectly.
Yeah, they're surrounding them though. They're gonna actually go aggressive into the pit. Noah only getting one, and it's G4 Shooter that's still alive. He's looking for more. One man left on Poly. It's HQZ. He has to go huge right now from the flank. They're not expecting him from Monster, but the Glock just not powerful to get him those insta-dinks, and the bomb's already been defused. G4 Shooter gonna clutch the round for them, and nice shot in the end by 3S. So yeah, really great retake, all things considered. Just came down to Poly missing those shots. They got double peaked from Monster, and that should have just been an even trade situation. Should have brought it down to a 3v3, 2-on-2, but unable to find the kills. Gave that opening for OSU and a lot of space for that retake. So nice kit as well. I believe that was Honkers that bought it. He died and got picked up by G4 Shooter in the end. So you know, good foresight. Glad they bought a kit as well, and they played the retake the best they could.
Yeah, I think one of the strengths of Poly that we're going to see is how well they work as a team and how smart they play. G4 Shooter with a nice kill, but this is just going to be a cleanup eco round. But again, one of the strengths of Poly is how well they play as a team, and that pistol round I think was pretty much the epitome of that. That they just weren't able to land their shots.
Yep, exactly. And yeah, it's things like that where you could be playing the game perfectly and making the right reads, good positioning, and sometimes you just miss your shots. And you did everything right except for, you know, landing bullets on head. So sometimes it just comes down to that. But yeah, like you said, this is just anti-eco. It was a partial investment. They did go for pistols, and Lefu at least able to net himself a kill in the end, or Yasu rather. He did pick up the MP9 from the fallen opponent, and they will have enough money to go for this AK buy. So not a lot of smokes to work with, but with a team like Poly, they don't really need it. I wouldn't be surprised to just see like a 4-man push, one guy lurk to try and get that rotate. And but most importantly, I wouldn't be surprised just to see like an all-out B or connector push and just get map control as fast as possible.
Yeah, the AK is coming out, and it looks like OSU, they actually dropped their scout and bought a knot for it. So both these teams are pretty broke now. Whoever loses is going to go on a save. But the good thing about OSU is that the terrorists don't have too many utilities to go with. It's just pure AKs with a couple flashes. And Gak Shooter, he's going to get that first pick, fall back. And Tezro gets that first pick too, or the second pick with that MP9. Gets another one, I'm sorry, with the MP7. And he gets a free AK out of it. That's so dangerous. This is why a lot of teams on the terrorist side, they just opt to force on that second round despite the plant, because the counter-terrorists, even despite having SMGs, it's very easy for them to take that round. So 2v5 and Poly, they're in a tough spot.
Yeah, the importance of that as well is just how much money you save yourself. We've talked about it pretty much to exhaustion, but building up that CT economy can be so crucial. And especially if a T-side starts bulldozing you and your first buy round doesn't go as well as you'd planned, having just that backup net allows you to play a lot more confidently and exuberantly and make plays that maybe you otherwise wouldn't, just because you know you can buy in the next round and, okay, that didn't work, I won't push connector, I'll play passive this round. But when you're always on that last bit of economy, knowing that if you lose this round, you're going to have to eco and essentially give up 2, people tend to play differently, and that's intelligent because obviously you don't want to burn your economy, but not making plays when you feel confident to can sometimes be undoing for your team. And well, Gak Shooter, he's going to be going for this boost here, getting a lot of long control, and all the terrorists just bulldozing their way. I'm going to try and bully here through the long bathrooms, and nice pre-fire by Epsilon. He's going to finish off Tezro, and it's Gak Shooter though, able to trade. He can fall back as well relatively safely, so it's going to be a pretty hard take, but if they can, at the very least, drop another gun, it would be a pretty good investment.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry, this is an eco round, so all they want to do is maybe take off some guns. Obviously, a bomb plant would be a huge victory as well, but looks like Poly, they are going to try to group together, and looks like they're going to take connector control, maybe work their way towards B, but they have to, OSU, they have to be careful to not lose any more guns here. There should be another clean round coming in from them, besides that one death.
Well, I'm just curious, who do you think from Ohio State might need to step up? Let's just say Gak Shooter has not the best second half. Obviously, he's starting out super strong 8-0. But if he were to fall off a little bit, who do you think would have to pick up the slack from OSU? Ooh, nice one deke by Yasu.
Yeah, nice one deke from him. I think the player that they're looking for is Tezro. I think Tezro and Gak Shooter, they've been known to be Ohio State's kind of like hard carries, but then the rest of the team also, obviously, they're there to support these two hard carries. But you know, a lot of teams have these 1-2 punches, and I think the 1-2 punch is definitely Tezro and Gak Shooter. And I hope I'm saying that right, G4C Shooter, but it looks like I think that 4 is supposed to be an A. Like you know, it's one of the
I like it.
names. Okay, Gak Shooter. That's what I'm calling.
You know what? It's like when people called Zipnix, even though it was technically Zipx. Like Zipnix is just way cooler. You know what I mean? You just like Gak Shooter. That's 100% his name for sure. But yeah, regardless, it is going to be a full buy coming out of Poly. They will have a little bit more utility this round, 5 smokes, but it's Gak Shooter just going to cancel that investment right away. HQZ going down, and that's a crucial player here out of Poly. He's one of the main op/augers actually for the team. When he's playing CT side, his aug is pretty nuts, and it's actually going to be a spray down out of Epsilon. He's looking for more, but he's lit. Gets traded out, and there's still a player alive. Bathrooms, Lefu, able to trade it, but it's 3S to get the double kill in the round. So nice holdout Ohio State, and I think definitely surprising a lot of people right off the bat, considering. I mean, before the game we were talking, we thought Poly was going to have this pretty easily, and obviously 5-0, pretty standard scoreline in Counter-Strike, nothing you can't overcome. The better team should, in all fairness, end up be able to come back and get a couple rifles in the end, but it's still a pretty scary start if you're Poly.
Yeah, obviously it's very early, so you know you can't read too much into it, but at the same time, OSU has had a great start here. A fast water control coming in from Poly, doing a lot of damage to the wall, but Tezro, he was here to trade, gets traded himself, and it's going to be another 3v4 very early. And look at the rotations coming in. The bomb's down in B, so
Ohio they have all the information.
Yeah.
Bonkers doesn't really need to go for that aim battle, but gets traded in the end. 3S. Nice round for him as well. I think he got a triple in the last, a double. He is unkillable. Got the reverse James Bond going on. And we'll see if this economy can get dwindled down at all. It's Poly now on a force by HQZ picking up that op. We've seen how successful he can be, especially give him a map like Dust 2 or Cash, and he's just going to be wrecking faces. So we'll see how he fares on Overpass. Obviously, another very crucial map for ops. Lots of long-range engagements you can take on this map, and well, it looks like he wants to offer this long control. Try and hopefully drop Gak Shooter. He's been pretty much controlling this entire part of the map so far in the early game, and it's going to be HQZ to try and contest that, and they're playing very passive, so this is an adjustment out of Poly, understanding they need to slow down their game, maybe try and work picks, see if they can get information, and well, this is a team that's very good at getting information and working picks, specifically. They don't give up part of a map for too long. It's Yasu playing in the water tunnels, spotting Monster. It looks like he wants to take control.
Oh, Tezro! Look at Tezro's positioning. I'm sorry.
Oh god, no way!
Look at Tezro! The trigger discipline. He gets 1 kill, and Epsilon just drops down, so he can't get the second. But there's a lot of information gained right there. Tezro, he had 2 kills in his sight, just gets 1, but he does get a lot of information for Ohio State.
Nice play by him. Yeah, he should have had that double kill for sure. It looks like he wanted to get as much information as possible, and he got just that. So, at the very least, this should allow Gak Shooter to be in a good position. It's actually 3S close long, so I don't know if they're going to expect another CT so close, but it's actually both of them flashing each other at the exact same time, just around the corner. It's going to be an engagement. Any second, he's actually going to go for a smoke, and he's going to get peeked at just the wrong time. Lefu getting the better of him on that timing, and at the very least, they say it's going to be a little bit easier, but it's up to Gak Shooter. He has to get at least 2 more kills, but again, the timing with the nades, he gets peeked from long at just the wrong time. He's going to have to fall back to Optimus. He finds one with the 5-7, but gets instantly traded. And again, it's a man advantage, but it looks like Noah should be going down. No time! Okay.
They actually ran out of time, so...
And a disconnect.
Yeah, I think that was Gak Shooter with the hero plays. Someone told him, hey, there's no time, just sacrifice yourself. So he ran out of Optimus with his with his 5-7, and he just got that kill. He just said, screw it, okay, you guys survive, I'm sacrificing myself for the bomb, and that's exactly what happened there. Won them the round. Obviously, 7-0 start. I don't think anyone expected, this strong of a start coming from Ohio State, and this is the dream start for Ohio. I mean, they have good bank rolling in. On top of that, they have 7 rounds. They have the potential to reset Poly, if Poly do win a round. So OSU getting the dream start they wanted, and I mean this is a very strong start for OSU. I actually expect a like a timeout coming in from Poly pretty soon.
Yeah, they essentially got one, right? With the disconnect, so they got a minute. But yeah, I definitely would expect some sort of pause. On the same note, Poly's so strong on their CT side, I think OSU are going to need at least like 10 or 11 rounds, in my opinion, to make this a lot easier for them on halftime. But it's HQZ getting the entry for Poly, so first time we've seen an entry for them in quite some time, getting that first kill. And well, at the very least, they will be able to continuously buy 7-0 down. They'll be able to keep getting those full buys in, but you know, we're seeing an adjustment out of OSU. They're not going to aggress anymore. At a lot of times, you'll see CTs try and even it out and try and push, but that can often net yourself maybe a two-man disadvantage. So they're just going to play sites, understand that Overpass is a very site-heavy map. You want to get that map control early, but then just lock down your crossfires, throw smokes, counter flashes, stall as much as possible. It's kind of akin to Inferno in the fact that using your nades at the last second is one of the most effective way of holding a defense. And if you can just hold those 2 choke points, as we're seeing this A push, you can definitely give time for your team to rotate. And it's going to be all 4 out of bathrooms, 1 coming from long. They've immediately got the site control, and it's Lefu. He's looking for the spray at the top of the stairs, unable to find anything, but completely smoked off. OSU unable to do anything to stop this.
Yeah, nice execute coming in from Poly.
No one watching his flank.
Yeah, no one watching his flank, so Lefu is going to get taken down for free. But again, nice execute from Poly. All they have to do is play their retakes or play their afterplants, and it's going to be a 4v2. They know where Bonkers is, and yeah, so they trade headshots, and finally, Poly are on the board, and the important thing is they keep 4 members alive.
Yeah, it's actually, look at the money right now on OSU. They lost their first round and they're already broke. So it could be Poly just winning 2 consecutive rounds and completely breaking the economy of OSU. And that would be pretty crucial, actually. And just goes to show how many kills they've been getting across these rounds. Early round, they weren't able to net much, but it's in the last couple rounds they've been able to get, on average, 2 to 3 kills. And that's really detrimental, especially to a CT economy where you're investing easily 5K per bio.
Yeah. Tezra working the one-way smoke, but Lefu is not going to be peeking over by the connector area. And obviously it was very important that OSU had a strong start, but it's also important for Poly to get a few rounds on their T side as well, to give them some kind of leverage on their CT side. And like you said, both teams really broke here, so this round is going to carry the momentum of the first half. Nice 2 picks coming in from Bonkers and Tezra, so already a 3v5, not looking good for Poly. There is potential for them to get reset here, and this is going to be a horrible half if that happens.
Yeah, giving up the bomb site, though, this should at least allow them to get the plant, but they're so concerned about getting pushed that they delayed their own bomb plant a little bit too long. At the very least, this will give them enough money to, you know, continuously buy, hopefully get an off there on HQZ, but this is not looking good for them. Tezra and Bonkers. Wow, OSU, man, coming out swinging definitely here, and I'm surprised. I'm kind of dumbfounded, to be perfectly honest. I expected some close games because again, these are both undefeated teams, but I thought this was going to be Poly, you know, taking it by a pretty nice margin. You know, maybe getting 1 or 2 close maps, and then Poly just finishing it out. And yeah, seeing 8-1. This is still, you can't call it too early, especially with a team like Poly. For all we know, they could just get those 3 or 4 rounds on T side and be set. Their CT sides are generally very, very strong, so it's still very early to call, and it looks like they do want to just go for this set execute onto B. This is the first time we've seen a set execute towards the B site, especially early round. Generally, they were just working connector and mid, trying to get picks, and it was only the pistol round that they really decided to just rush B as a 5-man, and that nice little fake. Obviously, it didn't work out for them in the end, got retook, but it's still first time we're going to see this rush, and Lefu, he's going to get the double spray down. Nice entries by him, really sick shots, and that'll single-handedly give him enough space, but Noah staying alive a lot longer than he should be. Only on 2 HP. He's looking for more. He's going to have to crouch in the backside of pit, and very smart, not peeking. That's going to stall the T's just a bit. This might allow G4 to at least find a pick. And they haven't even smoked him off yet, so giving them a lot of room to work with right now. No one really wants to commit to this peak either. It really should be No-No that's going to find this kill, and he will be able to find it in the end. So, well played by Poly, and yeah, they're just going to need to get one more round to break OSU's economy.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication going on from OSU. Nobody, I guess, was watching Monster there. If they have the boost over water, then somebody should be watching Monster. But Poly, they just break out a Monster, get the kill on the 2 people boosting over each other, and that pretty much opened up the site. So Poly getting a pretty solid round. Again, like you said, OSU, they are broke with this round. So Poly, they could salvage themselves a first half here if they can win this round.
Ooh, I was gonna say, Gak Shooter getting a little too overly aggressive. That's where some of that overconfidence can come out. You're trying to mix up your game, but in a sense, it really don't need to mix it up when it was working so well. Now they've actually given up long, but I don't know if they're gonna be aware of it. They just dropped Gak Shooter, so maybe they're just realizing that a rotation might come into play, but they're falling right into the hands of the CTs. Lefu not checking that corner, getting saved by HQZ at the last second, and at least they will be getting themselves the B side again. So seems like they've found a little bit of a hole, and well, Gak Shooter dying early round didn't help, but this connector B area is definitely working out for them now.
Yeah, if Poly knows the state of Ohio's, if Poly knows the state of Ohio State's economy, I think they will go down and chase. But I don't think they understand how broke Ohio State are, just because this op and this M4. I mean, it could be crucial because this next round should also be Poly's round, just based on the economy. But then the op could work picks, and Poly could capitalize on that. And actually, Tezra at 1 HP, so it looks like they are gonna hunt him down.
Yeah, definitely. At this point, like, it doesn't matter if you're gonna lose your rifles. You won those 2 consecutive rounds, gonna have enough money. But yeah, they're actually able to save that op. So you've seen Gak Shooter; he can go huge with this, and I wonder if he'll go back to playing long. He mixed it up last round, didn't really work out for him. It was a nice mix-up, but his teammate wasn't really set up for a trade. And it looked like they were kind of considering going for that boost. And look at this fast mid control. All 4 CTs pushing connector. It's going to be Gak actually going for the pick mid. He had the spawn for it, and this is a lot of information. They know it's B, but it's too late. The 1 CT on site. Noah, he gets a double kill. Noah, the only man with the rifle on the team, getting a double kill. And I believe that was a TK coming out as well.
It was.
So Poly playing themselves there, and look how low their HP is. This should be such an easy round, even though there's pistols all across the board. If they're aware of how lit they are, this should be an easy retake, but they double peek from Monster. Can he find the flick? Yeah, so he gets a double kill before going down, but that's it. The only consolation in the end for Poly. OSU, man. They're... Noah coming up huge right now. We saw how great he was at Inferno playing Pit, and he's pretty annoying to play against, especially. So really well played. He was the 1 man on A, and he was able to do that much damage, basically 250 damage, get an assist as well. So yeah, really sick play out of him.
Single-handedly gets 2 kills and then forces a TK as well. So that was basically 3 kills by that monster, Noah. I mean, he came up huge. Bit sloppy from Poly to come out like that. I mean, usually you're coming out with like supporting flashes and nades. So just with that 1 flash, Noah, he just popped flash for himself and got that.
Poly's getting read like a book. This is another repeat.
Oh yeah, look at this Tezro push.
Yeah, Tezro and 3S, and they're just so aware that Poly's afraid of Gak Shooter, so they're not going long anymore. And they get so much information. Tezro, he's going to find 1 kill. They're not anticipating 2 CTs here. They can find more. 3S, he gets a double kill as well. And only that, evening it out in the end, is Poly, but it's going to be Gak Shooter on the rotate. The one place they were so afraid of long, Gak Shooter ends up peeking in the end while they're all preoccupied. Gets himself the bomb, leaves it into a 1-on-2 for Yasu, and he's got not the best weapon for it, especially trying to retake the bomb from bathrooms, but as long as Gak Shooter plays his cards right, doesn't overexpose himself, he should be able to get the audio cue from the bomb pickup. So this should be a relatively easy round, but if these guys peek individually, they could give a huge opening for Yasu. Uh-oh. Looking for it. Yasu, he's scoping in from Party, and they unpeak at just the right moment. So shoulder peek coming out, pop flash. He's getting stalled on time even more. 30 seconds left. Does have full HP to work with. Pulls out the P250, but there's two CTs. He finds the first P250. Switches over. Can't find the second one. And Gak Shooter, he wins in the end. Tried to swap weapons, but didn't pay out for him. So, yeah, really sick plays out of OSU. Just reading Poly like a book right now. They kind of conditioned him early game with the op towards long. Eventually scared Poly so much that they were only either working bathrooms / connector / water area that they knew it was they could just walk up long and get that easy flank. So turned it into a 2v2. Gak ended up getting a kill, bringing it to a 2v1. So really sick play at OSU right now and kind of putting Poly on blast.
Yeah, I think there's a stark contrast here. Tezro just getting one kill and getting traded, but there's a stark contrast between the way OSU is playing and then how Poly's playing. Poly, they're playing a little bit slower. They're playing their defaults, and OSU, they're playing very aggressive. So you have a bunch of members from OSU pushing long, pushing connector, pushing something constantly, while Poly, they're playing defaults. So they're kind of just getting caught off guard. And Poly, I don't think they're expecting OSU to play this aggressively on their CT side.
Yeah, it's I'm gonna have to agree. I think Poly's. I think they might have been disrespecting OSU a little bit coming into it, thinking this is going to be an easy win. The fact that they lost to UCLA, you guys, pretty recently, they were anticipating playing you in the Ro4. And the fact that they got this matchup, they were probably expecting an easy win, and kind of getting punished for it. Trying to just do these aggressive pushes into sites with one pop flash, right? They're more or less just scrimming it, and OSU with these organized plays, lots of mix-ups coming out of them as well. Nice retake, Bonkers only getting to one. Is this Tech 9 push really going to work out for them? No, with the triple kill before going down, and it's 3S that's going to have to save in the end. So
wow.
They win a round without armor, just pushing into a site and getting those fast entries. So, it didn't work out for them when they had guns, but, give them Tech 9 no armor, and it pays off. Lefu is going to die in the end of the bomb. Just assuring no sneaky ninja defuse comes out. And not a huge investment, only losing the $500 Tech 9. They will be able to force buy in the last round of the half. And this is what I was scared of, man. I think OSU really needs to get this last round. This could be, honestly, a close game. If Poly get a 5th round and pistol, we're going to have a game on our hands.
Yeah, I mean, that's ridiculous. Considering how strong OSU looked in this first half, it was just like all OSU. But then now we could see Poly taking their 5th round, which is actually miraculous considering how this game started.
Exactly. 7-0, 8-1. The fact that they're even able to net these 4 rounds will definitely be a godsend for them. But Tezro, look at this aggression. OSU are just so confident. When they don't hear anything from Poly and no movement, no smokes, flashes, they know it's clear. Poly being so easy to read right now. And look, he's going to be able to get on the flank. They didn't even spot him.
No, he did. They're like, radar, dude. You just saw him. And Yasu, yeah, he's going to come back. Tezro, again, playing very aggressively every time. I mean, this is the aggression that OSU came out with. And Poly, again, they're caught off guard almost at every turn. Yeah,
it's going to be G4C shooter with the AWP and a little bit of 4-3 resolution coming out there in the halls, perchance. But yeah, it's going to be G4C shooter. He's going to be able to hold down long, and they've been afraid of taking this the whole time. He notices the jump spot, and this smoke is actually really close to him, so if they decide to pop flash through this, he's pretty much going to have the one chance to land it. Going for some spam through the smoke, and he's about to get pinned right now by the T offense. Thankfully, he has 3S on site with the UMP. He should be able to stop the close rush from Bathroom. He actually doesn't spot the guy push through the molly. It's going to be Tezro with the double 5-7 kill. And not like this. Tezro looking for the quad kill. Can he find the ace? But it's Yasu. He's going to cancel the dreams. It's no one Bonkers left. 2 flashes. And this is definitely a doable retake. Yasu with such low HP. They're just going to push him. If Yasu wins this, he's a legend. But it's going to be 11-4 for OSU. This is exactly what they needed. And a pistol would definitely be nice. But at the same time, this puts a lot of pressure onto Poly.
Yeah, Poly actually have to win the pistol. They're at a situation where if they don't win the pistol, they're going to get overrun. So, I mean, this pistol is do or die for Poly. Ohio State with 11 rounds on their CT side. I know, Overpass is one of the more CT-sided maps because the rotations are just so fast. So even if you're down 4v5 on your CT side, you don't even necessarily have to push because the rotations, again, are so fast. Unlike the other maps. But Poly, They're gonna be actually. I think Ohio State's running the exact same strat. They're just
Yeah, it's like a
running
reverse strat. They went connector to long instead of long to connector. So
Yeah.
it's just a mirrored image of the poly strat. And well, they're set up for this. USPs are great to hold, but if you don't hit those first couple shots, you can get bombarded by Glocks when those get in your face. But yeah, they're actually doing the poly strat now. So at first doing it backwards, and yeah, they're gonna fall back to connector, and you've got the full rotate out of the CTs. They're now aware. Holy crap, this could be B. It's gonna be the number 7 man. No, he hears it, goes for the flash to stall. Well played by him, and
Nice.
can't land that first shot. The T, it's gonna be Yasu that actually gets it from heaven, and this rotation came in so fast out of poly. They should be able to hold this. G4 shooter looking for more. He finds the double kill. It's gonna be Tezro landing the bomb, and Poly, only 2 men left on this retake. It's Epsilon, able to land the shot behind the pillar, looking for more. But it's pretty low HP now on Noah. He's going for the flank, so this could give time enough. And it's actually Tezro that finds a kill on Heaven, so it's HQZ. Last man alive, 8 HP. They don't need to peek him at all. He's trying to hit this jump, blocks himself just a little bit.
Oh,
It's gonna be
Tezro.
What a legend. With the full house, G4C shooter and Tezro single-handedly winning that pistol round. So I think it was Tezro planting the bomb as well. Still got himself 2 kills. I think it was towards Heaven. So yeah, really nice takeout OSU. I'm still worried. We do have a force buy, which, you know, pistols are like the 3rd best rifle in the game. So you can't be you can't be cautious enough against pistol rounds, and this fast connector control could definitely allow for a lot of trades. It's gonna be the number 3 man. Trying to find some Tezro. He's going for the spray. He only finds 1 before Yasu gets the 1 deeg. So evened out. Poly definitely in a decent situation. Gained a little bit of information, but for the most part, they just know it's not towards B at the very least. They're just playing these defaults. They're most likely grouped up towards mid, and that would be the right read. So sending another man, hopefully towards A in the next 20-30 seconds. So nice entry for Poly, and now it's just both teams kind of setting up their defaults, waiting for someone to make a mistake.
Yeah, OSU playing their defaults, playing a little bit slower. They don't want to get pushed on by any of these 5-7s. And Poly, actually, it looks like they didn't fully invest into this. They just bought some 5-7s with no armor. So I mean, that's very curious, because if you're down 4-12, I mean, you basically fully have to invest into that anti-eco round. But you know, choosing not to. In Ohio State, it looks like they want to take A. They're going to take long control. Again, this is very common on overpass on T side, especially if the opponents are on pistols, so you use your long-range weapons to use. And it looks like another kill by G4C shooter. I still don't trust Twitch chat, so I'm still tempted to call him Gak shooter, but they get on site. It's gonna be a clean plant. Yasu and No, they're not gonna get anything out of that.
Yeah, it's kind of tough luck for them. They found the entries, and it was HQZ that actually got entered upon, trying to play that noob corner on A-Long, but gets punished for it. So definitely looking good for OSU. If we're getting this anti-eco, well, in this case it's the anti-force buy, but that's pretty much an eco in CSGO nowadays. Very few teams go for the full save, especially with your odds of winning it, and the fact that you end up double saving anyway, aside from your opper who might end up just full saving. Try and get that early op round 4. But yeah, the fact that OSU won that, definitely a good start for them. This is definitely going to put the pressure on Poly. They're going to have to come back for essentially 12 rounds in a row, and if they don't want to go into match point. So yeah, overpass looking really good.
I mean, we've seen crazier things happen, so I'm not going to say, it's not going to happen, but it's looking very good for Ohio State. It looks like, in terms of aim, Ohio State is on their game, while, Poly, they're feeling a little bit off today. They've hit better shots before, but, guys like Tezro and G4C Shooter, when they're hitting their shots, there's not a lot of openings, there's not a lot of opportunities. And just to let you know, G4C, I believe that stands for, like, Gaming for Christ. So I can't tell if that's a troll thing or not, but that's just FYI. Gaming for Christ.
They really have Christ on their side, or some savior, because someone's looking over them right now. This is Poly, the other undefeated team, the one that no one knew anything about, and they were just beating everyone left and right. This is the team that has 3 Europeans, four roommates on the same team living together, essentially landing every day. Two brothers. Like this is just the storyline of teams. Like they came from EU, moved to Quebec, now living in NA, and well, they're actually looking really good on this pistol round. Yasu with another one, Deeg. This is actually looking really strong. G4C shooter, he's gonna have to find more. Pulls out the MAC-10, finds the first kill. Looks like he wants to plant this bomb, but he's completely surrounded. Goes for the fake. He's waiting for the CTs to peek, but they haven't taken the bait yet. He wants someone to bite onto his bullet, and he finds one. In CT pit, they go for the jump spot. He realizes he probably should just stick this. Yes, Tezzer to watch his back. Tezzer finds a double kill, and it's going to be Epsilon down to a 1v1. G4C shooter, he actually drops down to CT pit, and it's going to be Epsilon with the fadeaway P250. He can't count this team out. Doesn't matter the circumstances. No armor, no problem. Epsilon winning that 1v2 clutch, and gonna bring this, 2 rounds away from match point when OSU was just right on the cusp of it.
Wow, a miraculous defense coming in from Poly. They really, really needed that round because you don't want to be down 14-4. But, finally Poly, they are able to salvage a pistol round, giving them a little bit of buffer to work with. If they win this round too, they have the momentum coming in, and we could see a comeback possible. But OSU, I think, they don't want that to happen.
That felt similar to the Estrella strat, where you just stack 4 guys in pit, have 1 guy be the bait, and then suddenly you have 3 guys swarming on you. Obviously, it wasn't quite set up the way Astralis did it, but to the same notion, they had 3 guys in pit, and 2 of them weren't peeking at all. So it was a similar bait and switch. They actually didn't even peek at all or even swarm until the end. But yeah, individual play coming out of Epsilon there, single-handedly saving his team. And well, HQZ actually going for this jump spot. He spotted the door open, really nice position, but he finds that flick. HQZ reactions out of this man. He didn't even have a teammate to back him up. He's looking for more. A terrorist already made it onto the site. It's gonna be Noah. He's looking for the spray on the pit. He finds the first headshot. He's got his aim trained on the window, but it's HQZ that finds the shot. And still a man advantage for Pully, but HQZ is down to 22 HP. He's in a really great angle to stop any of these terrorists from crossing over, but it's going to be G4 shooter. He's contesting from the T-pit. Can't find that first shot. Bonkers, he goes down, so G4C, he has to go huge right now. Finds the first flick. Falls back to Monster, but Yasu chasing him down with the 5-7. Yeah, it's a hard shot to hit, especially when someone's jumping across like that, so... nice try in the end, but it's going to be another round for Poly. And I'm telling you, man, their CT side, it was looking nice if OSU got that 14th round, but winning that eco, this is really scary for OSU.
Well, OSU, they do have a pretty comfortable lead, so, they have a lot of rounds to work with. But Poly, they have to make sure that they build up the CT side economy too. And obviously at this point they need rounds, but then they need healthy rounds too. Mm-hmm. So that if they do lose a round, maybe they have a potential to reset OSU. So, win 5 rounds in a row, lose 1, and then win another 4 or 5 rounds in a row. And that's going to devastate OSU's economy, and Poly, they have a way back into this game. HH with the first pick, he's just gonna fall back after that. But what a shot onto HH!
Wrecked. Epsilon able to trade towards bathroom, and it's Yasu that actually picks up the op. This fallen comrade. G4C shooter. Actually, I think this is the op recovered from HQZ actually. So I didn't realize they went for the double op setup that round. So he's just looking to save this now. Realizes getting out with this is more than enough, but Yasu chasing him down. This man is all about those close ranges. Doesn't matter what weapon he has, he'll chase you. And, risking it for the biscuit. He had an op in play, but obviously wins that one-on-one battle. Probably pretty aware of the HP left on the remaining terrorist player. So, OSU has quite the lead, but I don't know, man. Poly is a scary, scary CT side to play against, so I really can't count any team out at this point. This just wouldn't surprise me to see this go to round 30 plus at this point. So, yes, he's in water. He actually gets jump spotted. Takes 50 HP in the meat for that peak there and towards water. So it's gonna be Poly with the early advantage and early information. So they've already have 3 players towards the B site, 1 rotating towards heaven. It's gonna be Epsilon. So they got the 4 stacked towards B now. Oh, nice angle by Epsilon. He saw that they're trying to boost, and he's in that counter angle for it. So Just spotting the head of the terrorist, and
Wow,
Polytech.
back shot from Epsilon. I mean, you were just talking about him, and he just decided to give a random spray through that little wood panel there and gets a shot. Gets the opening pick for his trouble, and it looks like 45 seconds out. It's going to be a set execute onto this B side from Ohio State.
Getting punished for not watching Epsilon. This guy has been performing like so well in these clutch situations as well. Like when the pressure's on, this guy starts fragging, and can definitely be really scary. In fact, it's the whole team aside from Lefu that really hasn't caught on yet in the second half. But still, Poly a team to be feared. Any one player can clutch and have their moment, so can't put it past any of them. Yasu playing close sight. They're actually getting bombarded right now by the T's, but it's the Crossfire Epsilon doing so much work. The triple kill for the round. And what a nice rotation out of him to be able to get onto site. And not even a plant going to go down. Noah going for the Hail Mary play. Nonetheless, It's going to be OSU on another save.
I mean, that's what happens when you play a little bit too late. I mean, they didn't give themselves a lot of time. So when they faked it towards B, and then when they actually hit A, they only had maybe 25 seconds. And by the time they were crossing onto site, they literally had 15 seconds. So, I mean, at that point, you literally need an entry right away and then get the plant down, which that obviously didn't happen. So Poly gets another round here. They're just going to face another eco round, so this should be pretty easy for Poly.
Yeah, so trying to, spam that fire on the cross. But all of the terrorists have worked along. They're going to go for this fast play. Epsilon mounting himself towards the A site. He's going to be a turret here towards Optimus, and here comes the fast play. Yasu not able to hit those shots, so he's going to counter flash, but it's a little too late, and it's going to be Epsilon saving his butt in the end. Tezro, first man to go down. Noah, nice trade by him, but it's No-No with the op. Finding Noah in the end, and whipping the spray. Lefu, unable to find it. He's looking for more. And it's actually going to be a little bit of team damage in the end, but Lefu with the double kill to save the team. So,
yikes.
Yeah, that was looking really scary, but a nice clutch. And just as I, put him on blast, he performs, gets a double kill for the round, and kind of saves them team from a very scary situation.
Oh, kind of messy Counter-Strike we're seeing here. It's not, I guess the top tier Counter-Strike that we've been coming to expect from both OSU and Poly especially. I think that's the second team kill right there. Not looking too polished here today, but well, let's see a little bit more out of Poly. Maybe this is their first game jitters, getting that out of the way, and they're not out of this game yet either. So 13-9 for OSU. OSU, they have full guns and full utilities coming out into this round, and HH, he's gonna get taken down by 3S.
Epsilon going overly aggressive, manages to find that pick in the end. Thankfully, he was paired up with Yasu, so evening that out, and they much needed, but Epsilon so low as well. This could definitely be an opening, and it's going to be G4 shooter that re-peaks. So just getting a little bit too cocky there in the underpass, giving himself away, giving up that free kill as well, and they know Yasu's position as well, so he's going to have to fall back and relocate. He has no idea if they've pushed towards long at this point, and needs to just defend the site. Obviously, the AWP, a great weapon to hold long from. And he's going to be going against the legend, though, G4. He's definitely carried his team on his back when it really counts, and this is definitely a round where they could do a ton of damage, and if they get 2 consecutive rounds very cleanly, that's not good for Poly, and they might be on a scramble buy, but nonetheless, just getting this round would be huge for them. 5 consecutive rounds for Polytech, and this is what you said. If OSU gets this round and then Poly resets, that could actually be good for them. But here comes the Molotovs. Split push coming out. Yasu, he finds the first pick. Repositioning himself, looking for more, but it's Lefu actually from the top stairs, finds the first spray down, and the smoke's actually not working in OSU's favor. 3S pushing alone, and CTs have completely surrounded him. Yasu only getting the 1 kill before getting traded. It's going to be bonkers. He can't run away in time. And maybe if he'd been playing a little bit further back in bathrooms, he could have fallen back and played the bomb a little bit better. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know why they had to push that Optimus right there, push through the smoke. Really should have just played that man advantage.
It was a botched smoke from the APC side, so they were gonna go for a wall of smoke, wall on a smoke on Optimus, smoke by the default plant right there, and then smoke by APC. But then the APC smoke missed, which meant Yasu he got the first pick, and they couldn't. The bomber was coming from long, so that one botched smoke is gonna cost OSU the round. So now Poly, they are bringing it back, and it's kind of what we expected on the CT side, but I mean Poly. The weakness that they showed on T side is just not here for their CT side.
Yeah, interesting setup coming out of Poly. Crossfire towards long, no controlled bathrooms aside from HQZ playing the DAC on A site. So it's a very interesting setup. Kind of reading OSU right now, knowing that they don't prefer that B site. And it's Epsilon getting that first pick from the tree here at long A. And yeah, they have a nice little setup. So even if they want to peek, Tezro's going to be in for a treat, finding 2 CTs, and they've actually pushed up. It's going to be an aim battle close long, and it's Bonkers that actually wins it. So Epsilon, maybe not playing as effectively as he could have, trying to make a read, but it's Yasu actually that gets the trade in the end. So AWP from site, they're going to go for the boost. HQZ, he's playing the auto sniper, and Yasu misses that shot. So try to be a little too quick on the trigger, but they might not be expecting the 2 scoped rifles here on the A site.
Yeah, and Yasu getting another pick yet again. It's up to Tezro and G4C Shooter. We've seen these guys be the 1-2 punches here. So, I mean, it is 2v4, but I'm not going to count these guys out yet. There's only 15 seconds. At this point, you know, they have to really go for it or choose to save. And Tezro, he's going to go for it. He's playing around the smoke. I think he spotted HH. No, HH, he's just going to play around behind this Optimus area. So at least they're going to get the bomb plant down at the very least. But he's going to get taken by Yasu again. G4, he has no chance of doing this. He should just save. Fall back and save this, but he's actually going to go for it and going to get punished by Yasu. Yasu coming out huge with the 26 kills. OSU, they have no answer. Honestly, I think they should take a timeout, you know, take a breather, because this game is getting way too close.
Yeah, hate to reiterate, but this is what I was afraid of from Poly, man. Like, the fact that they weren't able to get those 3 consecutive rounds off the start and assure that 14th round, just seeing that number 14 gives you a lot of confidence. You know you're just that 1 match point away, or one point away from match point in this case. So it's going to be a little bit of short aggression, taking control of water, and I wonder if OSU are aware that they're kind of being gifted this area. The connector water area isn't really being contested at Poly, and looks like definitely an opening they could be abusing. Lots of rotates can happen out of connector. Nice little fake setups as well. I doubt they'll be going for that this round. They seem pretty committed towards this B take. And Poly, they've already rotated 3-man towards B. Lefu actually going down early, and Tezro with the Molotov kill. This is a great opening for OSU, and as long as they don't overly aggress right now, all they need to do is trade for this win. Play their passive angles, but HQZ with the Kobe. Tezro, though, low in pit and Bonkers, set up for a nice crossfire here towards the CT pit. And the counter boost coming into play. HQZ looking for the spam, can't find anything. 3S actually dropped down to 6 HP, and this is definitely a doable retake, but they have to go in fast, and they're not expecting to spot crossfire Tezro from the pit. It's going to be him finding a double kill and a triple for the round. HQZ can't win it in the end. Noah with the 1v1 clutch. And there's that 14. Long time coming for OSU, and this game is not over yet, though. Poly with a lot of bank to work with.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look at this. OSU, they are actually not in the greatest spot themselves. Actually, no, they get a really healthy bye coming in, so that's nice. But if they lose this round, Poly has a way back into this game. So Poly absolutely have to win this round. There is no question about it. They're both teams are completely broke. And, yeah, hey, like you said before, they're going to take this water control here. But actually, Poly, reading this perfectly, they sent 2 of their guys to counter that water control as well. This is the round that Poly absolutely needs to win. There is no question about it. So OSU, they're going to take it a lot slower, not risking getting reset.
Yeah, something interesting to note is that both of these teams won 7-0 and then dropped the next one, and were literally forced into a do-or-die situation where they need to double eco. And it's nearly a mirror image. Both these teams having very similar processes on their CT sides. But it's OSU that's actually been, favoring a little less of this connector control, and it's actually going to punish them as soon as Tezro tries to take it. They're set up in the double water crossfire, so
No,
like
no.
we were saying, this adjustment out of Poly, and No is boosted. What a great angle for him. Bonkers had no chance in that situation. And it's so disheartening because OSU now are going to be forced on to save themselves.
Yeah, it's actually, I mean, OSU, another pick from No. So OSU, they're going to try to take long A, but I mean, it's a 2v5 situation. At this point, the best thing they can hope for is a bomb plant down. I mean, getting reset hard like this is devastating. Poly, I mean, they're in a great spot to tie this game up. Yasu, he actually gets a collateral as well, getting that kill, and he's going to get help from Epsilon. So a hard reset coming in from OSU. This is looking pretty terrible for OSU. The momentum is on Poly's side. On top of that, OSU, they're going to have to go into a double save here. They're going to have to save this round, and they're going to have to save the next round. And actually, OSU...
Oh, God.
They're forcing
No.
it. They know they have to go into a double save, so they're just saying, screw it, we're just going to play fast.
Why?
I'm assuming.
But
But
they could have doubled... If this worked, it's one of those situations that's such a gamble. If it works, you're a genius. And if this fails, you've literally gifted match point over to Polytech. This is a huge round right now for OSU. Not even going to smoke this Molotov. Finally, last second smoke it. But it's a stack towards the B site. HQZ playing from pit. It's Lefu that finds the first kill, and No, he's able to trade as well. So Noah only finding the one kill and just a slaughter out of Polytech. Perfect read from them. Triple stack in the CT pit. Playing those long-range engagements, and OSU didn't stand a chance.
the gamble didn't pay off, and OSU, economy-wise, they're gonna have to go into another save. I kind of get it because they were in the double eco anyway, but now for their gun round, they're not gonna have any utilities. So either they're gonna have to sacrifice their gun for utilities, or they're gonna run with AKs and like one smoke or one flash or something like that.
Yeah, and thinking a little bit more about the reasoning behind it, they were just gambling on, let's at least get this plant, and that way they would be able to have a full buy come round 29.
Yeah.
That didn't happen, and it's even less likely to happen on this full save coming up. So this is where it gets scary because, you know, even if they don't get this plant, they'll only have about slightly over 4K on average per person, which is not enough for full utilities. You're going to get yourself that AK armor, smoke, maybe a flash or something, but that's about it. And they're, like you said, they're just going to have to go fast. They're going to have to play and execute, but it's Poly that, on the other hand, has all the defense utilities in their favor. They have Molotovs, they have smokes, they have everything they could want and need, and that's the scariest part right now, considering if you're OSU.
Yeah, obviously in hindsight, you know, you could say OSU should have saved, but obviously that didn't happen. Tezro actually getting like a triple dink on H, but another perfect stack coming in for Poly. Their reads are perfect. They have 3 long here. They actually have the A site. OSU actually have the A site. They're gonna get a plant down. That is crucial because now they have money for the next round coming up. So this is a win nonetheless. Only with Glocks getting a plant down.
And Noah looking for more. He's so aggressive right now with this Glock. And that's really all you can do.
He's saving. He should be
try
saving.
and catch him off guard. Was that G4 with a weapon that he recovered from HQ?
No, it was 3S, but he was in the 1v4 situation. He should have saved it. But, okay. I mean, regardless, the plant was the big part. Now they can even afford an op on G4C shooter. But whereas previously they wouldn't have been able to get that op. So now, I mean, with a couple of kills and the bomb plant down, OSU, they're gonna... Let's see what they decide to do. If they decide to run with 5 AKs and full utilities, or decide to give that op for G4C shooter.
Yeah, yeah, we do have a pause coming into play, but this is a tough call. Yeah, it looks like they're not even going for the op at all. Unless 3S is going glass cannon, which is not the case. So just full AKs, 4 Molotovs across the board, and that plant was crucial, allowing them to get this full utilities, as well as some secondary pistols just to put that cherry on top. And this is it, boys. Ladies and gentlemen, round 29. The first team to find the match point will be coming up this round, and well, based off momentum, Poly looking extremely favorable, only dropping 1 round so far the CT side, and it's OSU that has to claw back, find these last 2 rounds. They've been able to net themselves 3 T sides, but no, only getting the 1 kill. 3S getting the double trade in that a little bit of over-aggression coming out of Poly. HQZ on the fast rotate, able to find the first kill with the auto. He's looking for more smoke coming out. He's just spamming at the right location, but it's going to be Noah that able to cross through the spam. Fire of Death, and OSU in a 3v3 situation. HQZ, he's just going for the aggressive play, pushing through the smoke. It's Yasu that gets the Kobe, and he flips it towards the sandbags. HQZ is down to Tezro in a 1v2, staying behind the pillar, going for the first spray. He finds it. Tezro gets this 1v3. He's a legend. He's going to wrap around to short, but it's the bomb being faked by Epsilon. Tezro just a little bit afraid of his timing, and it's going to be Epsilon that wins it.
IGL versus IGL right there. Epsilon versus Tezro. And you called it, Joey. You called it like 15 rounds ago. I guess you're a god. It's going all 30 rounds. And Pauly takes the lead for the first time in this game. And I can't believe this comeback. If you just press tab really quick, you could see what happened. They got 7 rounds in a row, reset OSU, and got their 4 rounds in a row as well.
Yeah, speaking of predictions, Will, talk about nailing it on the head. Resetting that economy out of OSU, putting them in such a dire situation where they 4-spot and try to get that match point so desperately. And look at this aggression by Epsilon, whipping that first shot, but he had a nice spawn. He will be able to make it back safely and with support from Yasu. So they're just going to fall back to site, playing this A site to the T right now, understanding that the Ts are just going to try and aggress and punish the CTs for sticking around too long. Bonkers, he's the entry man right now, but they've got the perfect setup and no smokes to work with, or only smokes to work with, rather no flashes, 2 on Noah, and they're going to have to make a huge play happen. They're facing against Ops right now on the A site, and they've already rotated 3 players towards it, so Pauly in the perfect situation to stop this. 2 snipers towards A, and you couldn't ask for a better setup right now.
Yeah, it is gonna go the distance, and it looks like OSU. Look at Tezro's position. I think he is aware. He is aware of that guy's position. No, he was just looking at it. I thought he spotted the gun barrel, but no. There's a guy right to his left, and he's gonna get the jump on him. Yasu, he gets that kill. Epsilon chimes in. It's a 3v5. Look, it's looking so good for Pauly. It looks like Pauly is gonna take it. No way, he's the last person alive. What a comeback! The comeback of the ages. Oh my god, is Pauly really gonna take this? They were down so much. They were down something like 13-4, something like that, and they are able to claw back from the depths of defeat.
This is why Pauly is just so renowned for their CT sides. They're just so good at trading. And even when things look dire for them, they're able to claw back. And Noah, he's gonna go down to the end. Pauly winning 16-14 on Overpass, the first map, going to Polytech de Quebec. And what a game. Both teams getting that 11-4 CT side. It was actually 12 rounds, obviously, for Pauly to win in the end. So I don't have words right now. That was... I knew Pauly had a chance, but I didn't... I said it. I didn't really... Like, I was still kind of rooting for OSU. They're for sure the underdog, and it would have been nice to, go to 3 maps, but with a round loss, or with a game loss like that for OSU, that's just totally heartbreaking. Anyway, Polytech taking it by the skin of their teeth. That'll be the first map, guys. We're going to take a quick break. So if you want to hit that follow button, follow us on our social medias over at Twitch and Facebook, Collegiate CSGO, as well as our YouTube page where our lovely producer, he's uploading those constantly. So VODs will be available on youtube.com/CStarLeague. Check that out as well. We will take a quick commercial break. Be back in just a couple minutes while the players get themselves situated. We'll be back with map 2 of 3 in the first hour 4. This is the DreamHack qualifier. Pauly 1 map away from getting that invite. We will see you soon.